Okay.
It's up to you. I want you to choose 1,000 topics from like a 5 minute discussion.
Okay, so let's find like 5 minute discussion here.
I'm a mature, right? I don't wanna brag, I don't wanna brag, but I'm a mature. That's why, to be honest, I can manage my life, my time, my so difficulties. But yeah, sometimes, as you know, my children bring some trouble to me, right? It's inevitable as a father, right? And then this like a problem is a total different from my expectations.
I felt ashamed of myself because before I have this sense of like success, I
Mhm.
felt that I am successful because I am independent, then I got this insurance, and I feel like I am financially free. But then, because of my decision to quit that job, I have to like start over again. It was okay, that's good to hear. So, today, say, what would you like us to talk about? Would you
Uh,
like to
okay,
have?
today, we wanna discuss certain topics as a 5 minutes discussion. It's okay?
Okay, no problem.
But as I said before, I couldn't open the textbook. That's why, can I try it again?
Okay, sure, no
Or,
problem.
or
You can try.
it's up to you. I want you to choose 1,000 topics from like a 5 minute discussion.
Okay, so let's find like 5 minute discussion here.
It's up to you. I want you to choose like certain topics.
Hmm.
What the topics is better for us?
Could you let's make this like fun. Could you choose like from 1 to 100? Let's do this like random and let's see how it goes. 1 to 100, you could choose just like a random number.
Okay, random number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So actually, my birthdays are 6th of June. That's why.
Ah,
How about 66?
66?
Yeah,
Oh, because June 6, 66.
Yeah.
We have disaster and disaster preparation.
Disaster preparation. Okay.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
have this one.
Yeah, it must
Oh,
be
would
the
you like
topics,
what
right?
it,
Yeah, it must be
what it,
because nowadays this time of year we suffer from a lot of natural disasters
yes.
such as a typhoon, right? Or
Yes.
flood, like
Yes, that's
landsliding.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make this like more interesting. So this time, say, are you ready for our 5 minute discussion?
Oh yeah, of
Wait,
course I'm ready.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so say for you, what is a disaster?
What is a disaster?
Yes.
Yeah, I come up with um like a suggestion for natural disaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
At first, right nowadays, out of the natural disasters, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
compare so when I was a kid, total different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of disasters, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I suffered from like a typhoon, but once a year, right? Definitely. But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, total different, right? Every time, not
Mm-hmm.
every time, several times I have to be afraid of typhoon, right?
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
So like, yes, say.
yeah. And then aside from typhoon, we often suffer from earthquakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
all of a sudden, earthquake happened, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, we surprised, we so scared me, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. So, like, unlike before, that there were like lesser calamities, right now it's like if it's pretty normal to have these disasters like typhoon,
Yeah.
earthquake, something like that. So, in your life, say, how can you define like if there's a situation in your life, when can you call it like a disaster? When something happens in your life, when can you call it as a disaster?
When?
Yes. For example, there's because in our life there are like good days and bad days, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty normal to have these good days and bad days. But there are things that when we say, "Oh my God, this thing is a disaster," so
Okay.
right. So
You are talking
there's
about
things in
not natural disaster, as a
yes,
our
yes,
for our
as
life.
for life. So when can you say to yourself, that, "Oh, what's happening to me right now is such a disaster"?
Okay, yeah, it's kind of good question, right? So for my
Mm-hmm.
life, what's the difference? Yeah, sometimes as you know, I have a family, right?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yes.
means I'm a mature, right? I don't wanna brag, I don't wanna brag, but I'm a mature. That's why, to be honest, I can manage my life, my time, my so difficulties. But yeah, sometimes, as you know, my children bring some trouble to me, right? It's inevitable as a father, right? And then this like a problem is a total different from my expectations, right? And then they are teenagers. That's why yeah, to some extent, I can expect what kind of problem they might have, they might face into, they might run into, right? But it actually so difficult to sometimes solve this kind of problem as a father, right?
So like for you, disaster is something when you feel like you're not in control of something, right?
Yeah, right. That is
Yes.
what I wanted to say, right?
Yes, for example, like in your kids, it's very hard because they're also different human beings. Sometimes
Yeah,
you expect them, but it's inevitable. Like for example, as a parent, as a person, that you expect something from, for example, your kids, but they also have their own minds, and sometimes they do things that like could surprise you, right?
yeah,
So it's kind
definitely.
of like for you, it's a disaster
Yeah,
already.
right. Yeah, from experience, right? Actually, to some extent, I can, as I said, for expect, right? But let's say example, I have a son who is 12 years old right now, 12, right? Yes, he's still elementary school student,
Yes.
but like 1 month ago, actually, I was so surprised, because when I cleaned his room, I found snake he had. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, right. Without asking, he had a snake as a pet.
How did he get it inside your
Yeah, right.
house?
And then I live in Tokyo. It means as Tokyo is a kind of city, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
there are few nature, to be honest, right? That's why. So I wondered, right? How did he catch a snake, right? Yeah, at that time, I thought he bought a snake
Oh,
because
and what?
this snake is so huge.
Whoa! And how did he get it? You
Yeah.
asked him, where did he get it, and what did he say?
Yeah,
What did he say?
I asked him, where
Uh-huh.
you catch this kind of like a snake. So he said, at the river, he caught a snake. But in Tokyo, yeah, we have of course river, but river is like a man-made like artificial river, right? So that's why bank is made from concrete, right? It's so
I see.
like difficult to go approach river, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he said like
So,
that.
so do you believe that like he caught it in the river, or do you think
Yeah,
like he
it's
bought
kind.
that?
Yeah,
It's kind of fishy, right?
yeah, it's a PC, right? That's why at first I doubted, or maybe you bought like a snake, and the size is kind of huge. That's why
Yeah.
I've never seen this kind of snake in Tokyo. That's why I doubted, or you bought it, right?
So maybe I think it's pretty obvious that firstly, like in the river there in Tokyo is mostly man-made, so it's quite It's not impossible, but it's quite impossible that there will be like that snake, that big of a snake, and then like,
Yeah, but I thought so. But his friend, came to me, and then yeah, for sure he caught the snake at the river.
okay,
Yeah,
so
he
like there
did.
was a confirmation.
Oh yeah, he didn't buy a snake, but also, I didn't like snake. Yeah, also which
Yeah.
surprised me. And then my wife and I at that time talk about snake, right? We don't wanna have a snake as a pet, right? That's why.
Yes.
So like temporarily my wife and I put snake outside. Yeah, because it's so scary. That's why
Yes.
So when I check the snake, what it is, snake try to escape this kind of container. I put snake into container. Then I put a container on the outside, right? But this snake try to run away from like a container. And then in Japan, as a law, we are not allowed to what you say?
Own a snake
Yeah, leave like
without a license.
release snake,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I tried to catch a fish, so I couldn't touch him, right? That's why
Yeah.
I use like some like equipment, right,
Uh-huh.
to stop him, to stop snake.
Ah.
But he was so strong, right? That's why, yeah, I couldn't stop him.
So he escaped.
Escape, and then I called a police officer. You know,
Ah.
yeah,
And then was the snake found or
yeah.
no?
Right. Fortunately, my neighbor caught a snake instead of me.
Oh, so I see it was a really kind of disaster, like thinking of it like
Yeah, right.
first that year. It was also very risky for your child that he has like a snake in his bedroom because we don't know if that snake would, escape. It would
Yeah,
like run around your house. It could like
yeah,
or
right. Yeah,
wrap his neck around or
yeah.
bite him. We don't know.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, he's into reptiles, not only snake, yeah, but also
Ah.
other like this kind of like what should I say reptiles, right? Right
Mm.
now, yeah, he has like a turtle.
Ah, okay, I see. So he has like a pet that is a turtle.
Yeah, I don't like it, right?
Ah,
Turtle, but
ah,
yeah, it's difficult for me to deal with this kind of problem. It's a disaster for me, right?
it's really a disaster. But I
Yeah,
think a turtle is better than like having a snake, and then you have a law that you're not allowed to like
yeah,
release this. It's like such a headache. I can't imagine like the stress that it brought you and your wife
yeah, right.
during that time.
Yeah, how about you? Yeah, you are like a young
Mhm.
20s, like a girl, right? So what
Yes.
kind of disaster right now you have?
I was thinking maybe currently right now in my life, I think I am like at peace as of the moment, and I'm grateful for that. But maybe before, my one of my disasters were about like financial
Um,
because when I was working before in my other job, I got like an insurance, and then that insurance was like really huge, so it was taking up most of my salary. And then because I wanted to have higher premium so that when I get older, I would get like higher money, right? But then I got tired of my job during that time, so I resigned, and I cannot keep up with my like living expenses, like the rent, then
uh,
my insurance and
oh, right now
everything.
you rent a house.
Before I rented a
Before.
house,
Okay.
and then right now I went back to my grandma, my parents, because I cannot sustain. It was like kind of what do you call this one? It felt I felt ashamed of myself because before I have this sense of like success. I
Mhm.
felt that I am successful because I am independent, then I got this insurance and I feel like I am financially free, but then because of my decision to quit that job, I have to like start over again. It was like a disaster for me to balance my finances.
Yeah, right.
That,
Actually, I
that's
think so.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's so difficult to deal with financial problem, right?
Yes, that's correct. But
Yeah.
at least right now I am like trying to keep up with my finances. I'm trying to balance it out. I think I'm in a better position than I was before.
Yeah, actually, financial problems are like a huge like a problem. Of course, I have this kind of problems as same as you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
but I
Yes.
try to overcome this kind of difficulties, right?
Mm-hmm.
To have
Yes.
like another job to do investment or
Mm-hmm.
right. As a YouTuber, I try
Yes.
to be popular, right? I try to
Yes.
overcome. How do you overcome financial problem? Also, you right now you are working as a teacher, right?
Yes. Okay, so right now I overcome my financial problem. First and foremost is I learned to let go. Before I was very self-centered.
No.
I didn't have like anyone. I don't want help from anyone.
Mm. Wow,
Something
what
like
supply?
that.
Before used to be self-centered.
Yes, I was so self-centered. Like I think before I really believe that I could really do all things by myself in that sense. Like I
Uh,
don't need your advice. I don't need your because I know what I'm doing. Something like that. But I
uh,
was wrong. So I
uh,
really need to listen to their pieces of advice as well because I don't know everything. That's why right now that experience made me more humble
yeah.
because I was like I think more egoistic before. Maybe for other people they think that I'm not egoistic, but deep inside me I feel like oh I'm better than you. I'm doing better. It's nothing like that. I have to like tone it down
Okay. What made you
because
realize? What made you realize that oh, I might be selfish, when so or will you change? Did you change your personalities?
ah I think I realized when I had like my rock bottom, like my bank account was zero. I was in debt. When I see six-digit debt, because of I
Okay.
had a business, so I
Uh,
want to keep it running. So I had like DEBT like debt. Like my finances were really negative, and I was like,
mm,
if only I have listened to their advice, then I would not be in this situation.
okay. I got what you had a debt. How about now, if I may ask?
It's really big for like a person because it was to run my business, and I didn't put a lot
And
of
right now,
time and really
right
effort.
now you still run your own business.
I paused it and do before it was like product based, but right now it's more on services. So services is like easier because I don't have to put on some capital. So all I just have to do is to
You don't have to
um
pay some product, right? It's a service. That's
yes,
why.
yes. So that's why before it was like more on products, and then I would hoard a lot of products and then would try to sell it. But then since I like quit my job, so I don't have like stable income, all my expenses I get it from like the profit. That's
Oh,
why it was
uh,
really hard because I wasn't also listening to my parents, something like that, my
yeah.
partner. I wasn't listening. I was doing things all by myself. That's why.
But if yeah, I'm so curious, right? Actually, like you said earlier, you run your own business, right? But and then
Yes.
you provide us some service, right?
Yes.
What kind of service was it? Is it?
Ah, okay. So the services that I'm mentioning right now is like social media management,
Oh,
and
you do that
yeah,
as a profession.
yes, yes, I do that as a profession.
Okay.
So I manage like the Instagram, like some TikTok accounts of my clients and Facebook. So I help them like grow their Facebook, Instagram, and also TikTok. And then before I was a distributor of a product, so I hoard like
Yeah.
a lot of products, and then
Okay.
the
What a
reason the
surprise.
products was nice, but I
What
didn't
kind?
put a
Yeah.
lot
That
of
time, what
effort.
kind of product? Did you deal with?
Ah, so I was in the health and wellness industry.
Oh.
So it was like really booming, but I think what's lacking in me is that I wasn't persistent. I want like bigger results now, even though like I was still starting. I thought, yeah, something like that. And also, I cannot keep my customers because my customer service was really poor. I mean, like
Yeah.
right now,
Your
I
your
could.
companies are kind of big. So yeah, at that time,
Actually, it's
you
not.
had an employee. You hire
No,
some.
I don't have like an employee. I'm more of like a distributor. So I just distribute the products. Like I get it from someone else. That's why That's why I am into like health things right now because of I was involved in health and wellness like industry before.
Okay. Wow. But you have already had a lot of experience, right? And then right now you try to overcome like your difficulties, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and that's by like providing services to some of my clients. I have like insurance agents. Others are like real estate, so I help them with their accounts to like because they would say most of my clients are sales agent
Wow.
because they would like to reach like more customers.
Wow. Okay. What a surprise. And then wow, right now you have a teacher as a of a native camps or
Yeah,
right? You try to
yeah,
boost your like your business.
yes. Because being a teacher in native camp, it would like give me like peace in my head that I have like a stable income to
Yeah.
pay my bills, and then those other side business I would not get that money. Oh,
Yeah.
well, anyway, say our
Oh, we don't
time
have
is
enough
almost
time.
over. I think we should get like some thumbnail because before we
Okay,
don't have
thank you.
time.
What's up?
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
bye. See you next
See you.
time. Thank you.